Hey everybody, this is Brad, and I am here with Donald, and this is the first show of a new thing that we're trying out called Would You Play? And it is the show that we're going to kind of do in our off weeks between the main show, where basically Donald and I are just going to discuss the games that we've been playing recently, what we like about them, what we thought about them, if we didn't like them, why we kept playing them anyway.
I promised to only talk about Dark Souls for 90% of these episodes.
Yeah, and I might even try out playing a few games other than Double Dragon all of the time. So that is coming right up, and it will be happening every 2 weeks, so stay tuned for that. Welcome back to Cartridge Based Radio. This is Brad, and I'm once again joined by Donald.
I'm in the other chair.
Whoa, that's amazing! And the reason that we've switched chairs is that we are trying out a new thing that we're going to do on the show, and it's just called Would You Play This Week? And basically, we're going to talk about whatever we played in the past week or so and what we thought about it. So, without further ado, Donald, what'd you play this week?
Well, I have something that's deeply meaningful to me. I beat the last boss in Dark Souls 3 this week.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's the most epic fight. I pretty much just beat him down. But after I beat him, it asked me did I want to restart Dark Souls 3 in Adventure 2, which is New Game Plus, or wait. And I picked wait because there's still 2 bosses I haven't beat. And I beat the game and my clock was at like 90 hours. And now it's at 108. And I'm starting to think that Dark Souls 3 is keeping me from enjoying other video games. I mean, we play the games for the show. And that's like a separate thing. But I have like Ghost Recon Wildlands and Prey sitting in my to-play games pile. And I look at them, I'm like, I should play those games. And then I just load Dark Souls 3.
Well, can I ask you something? Is it the 2017 Prey, or is it like Prey from like 2004 or whatever?
It's the new space. It's, yeah, the new, the reboot.
We're gonna pretend the other one doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's like, hey guys, look over here. So I don't understand, and it's not like I'm not having fun playing Dark Souls. Lately, I've been helping people with boss fights for fun and for Ember, but I don't know. I just look at all these other games. I'm like, I should start one of those. It'll be really fun to have a new experience. And then I just hit the X button on Dark Souls 3 and start playing again. And then I have weird thoughts like, I didn't do New Game Plus in Dark Souls 2. Maybe I should do that. I'm starting to be afraid that Dark Souls has broken me.
It could be. I've found that anytime that you play a game that, takes a really long time and you really get into it and you're really enjoying it, like I did with Skyrim many times, you almost need like a rebound game that you don't care about that much, because whatever you play afterward, you're just not going to be that into. Because even if it's really great, you're still like, but I could be playing Skyrim or Dark Souls 3. So what you need to do is just like, what sport don't you care that much about? Football, basketball?
Yes.
Okay. So like run out and get like a copy of NBA 2K12 for like $3 and play that to kind of cleanse your palate and be like, I don't like this. And then you can move on to Prey or the other one that you said.
I was actually thinking about picking up last year's MLB Road to the Show game, because it had that Ken Griffey Jr. Super Nintendo mode where the camera was set up like that, because I remember liking Ken Griffey Jr.'s baseball on the SNES. So
here's a question about that, though. Do you follow baseball?
I'm aware that baseball exists.
Can you name like 4 current Major League Baseball players?
Oh, I thought you were going to say teams. I was like, yeah. There's Robinson Cano.
Yes.
There's Ichiro.
He's a coach now.
Oh, well, I'm out. Like, I just ran my knowledge.
I'm going to hit you with some mind-blowing advice. You could just play Ken Griffey Jr.'s Super Nintendo game with all the fictional players and Ken Griffey Jr. And for all you know, it would be the same as playing like a baseball game with up-to-date rosters.
Okay, I'll do that. So I got mine off my chest.
So this week I've been playing Forza Horizon 3, which is everything I've ever wanted in a driving game. It's got, all the cool cars that I'd want. There's, I don't know, 300 cars in it, which, I mean, that's a crazy number. It's also like a fraction of what you get in like a mainstream Forza or a Gran Turismo game, but it's got anything that I, have ever seen and been like, oh, that's cool. I wish I could drive that in a video game. And it's really customizable. I'd played the first Forza Horizon, and it was very rigid in like what car could be in what race. You ended up like constantly like buying a different car for every race. It had like this open world, but you couldn't really do anything other than drive to the other races. So it was like a racing game with commuting. And they fixed that for 3. There's all kinds of like between race stuff that you can deal with or go off road and just take shortcuts or explore. But the thing that really does it for me is that every track location is completely customizable. And you'll get there and be like, what kind of car do you want to use in this race? And you can be like, any car in the game. Or you can be like, I want this to all be like just Ferraris or only the cars that I own. Like that's all that's eligible for this race. So, if you play the game and you just have like one favorite car and you're like, I just want to play the whole game as this, you can. If you want to switch it up and be like, this race we're doing monster trucks and next race we're doing the Dukes of Hazzard car and the one after that we're doing golf carts, like that's fine too.
Can I race a golf cart against a Hummer?
Yes and no. I'm not sure that there's a literal golf cart in it. There's like some buggies, but you could set it up. You could pick one of those. You could go to the eligible cars. You could pick both those things. If the Hummer is like wildly more powerful than, the golf cart or dune buggy or whatever, it will automatically like give a bunch of upgrades to the other ones so that they're closer. So it doesn't let you like just like dust, like the other car.
So is this like something you recommend for people to play? I'm guessing yes.
Oh, absolutely. Part of the problem with racing sims is that the people who are like hardcore, like not necessarily video gamers, but like hardcore like auto sport fans, they get in and all of a sudden they're like, well, it's got to have like this track that no one else cares about, but like they run whatever obscure race there, and like if it doesn't have that track, I don't want it. And you end up with like all these like professional tracks that are great for real racing but don't work as well in a video game. And this is just like cool, like everything is fictional. And it's just like if you want to run a race through a jungle at sunrise and it's misty, like that's a track. That's a thing you can do. You don't have to be like, oh, I guess we're at Watkins Glen for like the millionth game in a row. Yeah, so that's what I played this week. And good talk, I guess. No, it was an interesting week for both of us, I think, and I look forward to checking in with you again in 2 weeks from now. 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, this is Brad, and this is a new show that we're trying out. Let's try this again.